Well, hello, and welcome back to the Tao Manifesting Tarot audio version. This is the version for the multitasking people who want to feed their imagination. All I have is a static picture in front of you. It shows you all the cards laid out. Now you're free to go back and forth between the screen and whatever else that you're doing and to keep up with the tarot reading, helping you to manifest. Very important. Imagination, manifestation go together. I like the audio version. Hope you do too. Alrighty, so let's begin as we do. Top shelf, middle. That's the oracle card, and the frequency, the organizing frequency in today's reading, round and round. I would suspect there's an element in your life where you feel that's exactly what's going. Just around, like a carousel. You're moving but going nowhere. Just existing. Taking care of business every day, but it's very much a routine. And you're finding that routine is very much inhibited by outside factors. And you feel almost like you're in a prison. Round and round, some aspect of your life that needs to be changed. So, let's go to the left side, upper row. What do we start off with? Ooh, I like this. Ace of Pentacles. Ace of any group is always very important, very strong, and very helpful. Ace of Pentacles says, you are establishing a good, solid value system. Remember, this is a reading about you. We're talking about manifestation. So I have a different point of view in these readings, and anytime you come up with an ace, it always means you. So the Ace of Pentacles talks about material strength, prosperity on some level, very practical. Basically, you have or are establishing a good, solid value system. And that's essential because your value system determines how you move, where you go, what you do. And since you're going round and round, feeling like you're getting nowhere, you have to reevaluate your value system. How do you make it different? How do you make it better? And in fact, the next card really does underline that very clearly. That is the Star. It's healing. At its core, the Star is healing, which you kind of need to do in this round and round situation. But it's also hope, it's guidance, it's inspiration. And boy, do we all need a dose of that in our lives, huh? Our lives have not been expanding for the most part, been shrinking. The load is getting heavier and heavier, hence the feeling of round and round. So, again, you have to make sure with that Ace of Pentacles that you have a good, clear value system. You're working on that now. If you hope to heal, if you hope to have any kind of inner guidance, if you hope to have inspiration, relief, Star card's there to help you. We go to the right side of the upper row. We got the Ten of Wands. As I always say about the Ten of Wands, especially in these reads, it means you're getting rid of other people's stuff. Right from the beginning, we have other people telling us what's appropriate, what's not appropriate, how do you fit in, how you don't fit in, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Now, some of this is valid information. A lot of it was BS. The people practicing it weren't benefiting from it, but it's part of tradition, so it gets carried on. Even though it's baloney, we just keep passing it on and on and on. You at this point are saying, no, I want to quit the feeling of going round and round, going nowhere. That means I have to have a clear set of my own values, not somebody else's values, hence the Ten of Wands. And when you start putting down other people's burdens that you have accepted as your own, you begin the healing, the Star energy. And finally, upper row, right side, Three of Wands. Three of Wands is pursuing the unknown, the visionary. You see him looking out into the distant horizon. It's a bright, sunny yellow card, very positive. And that's exactly where you're at right now. You are pursuing the unknown. You are trying to imagine what life will be like when you stop and get off the carousel. The stuff that you've been given since the time you were just a little one. And you've believed it because everybody around you believed it. But you look at your life now and you're going, man, it just doesn't work. So let's go to the bottom row. Far left, again, Pentacles, 10 of Pentacles. And remember, whenever we talk about Pentacles, it's always slow movement. Pentacles are not quick. They're sure, but they're not quick. So the 10 of Pentacles, along with the Ace of Pentacles, tells me that you indeed are working on changing your value system. Maybe it's confronting a fear. Maybe it's confronting what you thought was the truth. A lot of people are afraid these days to admit that things are going south. They're afraid to admit who is at fault, who is to blame, who is controlling, because it means that they would have to dump everything that they believed growing up. Their whole life was a bunch of baloney. They know that now. That's why you have to have the 10 of Wands. You have to let go of what you've been told, because it's probably untrue. Next card over, Queen of Wands. And the Queen of Wands really kind of emphasizes this wholeheartedness, this dedication, this enthusiasm. What it takes is self-confidence. Wands are positivity, enthusiasm, and you got to be sort of kind of good in your own skin. Queen of Wands she walks into a room, everybody knows this is her. And it's not because she's a big mouth or loud, it's because she has that sense of joie de vivre, the joy of life. You can feel it. You can feel it in people. When things are going well, you get the vibe. When things are going bad, you get the vibe. Queen of Wands says it's going real good. Why? Because I have my sense of values. I know what's important to me. I know why it's important. And I don't have to believe it because I've been told. I can find out for myself, which is what you're doing right now. We go to the other side of the bottom row about the Sun card. Yeah. Love the Sun card. It's a beauty for sure. It's clarity. It's fun. It's warmth. Success. You got the juju. You have the power. You can feel it. Whether you use it or not, it's an entirely different thing, because it's a scary deal. Remember, it means putting down what you've been told. The 10 of Wands means, okay, I've been told this all my life. It may not be true. The odds are it isn't true. All I have to do is take a look at my life right now, and I'm just kind of spinning around like a top. Lots of action. Going nowhere. So I got to stop. Sun will give you the energy, the vitality, the belief to be able to do that. Of course, at that point, once you begin to cross the line where you begin to take responsibility for your own life, your own thoughts, your own feelings, your own direction, your own values, you're going to have to be kind of like the Hierophant, the Pope of the tarot deck. You are going to have to call the shots. You are the one who's going to have to take the responsibility. Okay? Your belief system, your group identification. What are the rules for you or not? And we may be in a position, in fact, very likely are, that maybe we don't know exactly what the rules have to be just yet. And that makes it tough. That's why you have to have the Ace of Pentacles, 10 of Pentacles energy. You have to have the value system. We're in flux right now. And for a lot of people, it looks dark and dank and dangerous. So you say, okay, which way do I go? How do I step forward? That question is frightening, especially to people who do not have a good value system, who don't trust themselves, or, as we have here in the vice versa card facing forward, bottom row, dead center, you don't love yourself. Yeah, Ace of Cups. It's all about emotional strength, developing new relationships, a new approach to relationships, creativity. This is a big step for a lot of people. The idea of understanding that you're going round and round and round, covering a lot of ground but going nowhere, a lot of action but doing nothing, that's a big step. And you have to have The Ace of Pentacles, Ten of Pentacles, a good, strong sense of value. You have to be willing to heal with the Star. You have to drop other people's ideas or expectations with the Ten of Wands. You have to have the Three of Wands. You got to see the future. You got to have that vision. You got to have the joy, the enthusiasm of the Queen of Wands. And you definitely got to reach for that Sun energy, the vibrancy, the clarity, the energy. But to do all of that, access all of that, you have to do one thing most of all: love yourself, appreciate yourself, respect yourself. That's a lesson we're not taught. And it's a lesson that is tough to learn. Not impossible, but tough. You do that, the rest falls into place, and you quit spinning around in circles, going nowhere. So that's the reading for today. Tao Manifesting Reading, the audio version. Hope you're with me again tomorrow. I do a brand new read every day, 365. If not, that's very fine. I miss you. But between now and the next time that we have a chance to manifest tarot together, peace and blessings.